What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Thank you for watching. Today we have probably the coolest product we've had on the channel in a very long time. This is the Premier Body Armor Level 3 Stratus Shield for home protection. And I would love to keep this thing because it's so cool, but we have to test it for science. So as you can imagine, it is not cheap to make a giant bulletproof shield like this, although it's well worth the price in my opinion. But what I like about Premier is they have body armor and bulletproof products in just about every price range. We've got the Premier plate carrier with level 4 plates that you guys have seen on this channel so many times. The brand new everyday armor shirt, which is exactly what it sounds like. Yes, it's a bulletproof t-shirt that you can wear pretty much anywhere, the bulletproof laptop case, and of course, the brand new home shield. You've probably also seen our videos on the bulletproof wallets, koozies, etc. They have a ton of really cool stuff. So go check them out. There will be a link in the description box below. And if you use the coupon code OneShotTV at checkout, you'll get 10% off everything on the website. And also let me know in the comments if you guys would like to see me test this bulletproof shirt, because this is definitely the nicest one I've seen so far. Back to the shield. This thing is absolutely awesome. So this one is level 3, which means it will stop a 308 full metal jacket. Not to be confused with level 3A, which is rated for handguns, and they do also have a 3A shield, but level 3 will stop rifles up to a 5.56 or a 308, which means it will basically stop anything in a home defense or a riot situation. Unless somebody breaks in with a 50 BMG, which in that case, you're kind of screwed no matter what. One thing I noticed right off the bat is it is much lighter weight than I expected. For rifle rated armor, it does not weigh a ton. If I flip it over, you can see on the back, we have a very sturdy handle on one side and a Velcro strap on the other. So you can adjust it to fit you perfectly and it feels solid. So this is what it would look like in operation. You can see how big this thing is. It covers basically my entire torso. And you could deflect bullets with one hand while you're taking care of business with the other. In my opinion, this is kind of the ultimate home defense body armor. Number one, unless you sleep in your plate carrier like a true king, it's gonna be kind of tough to get that on if you hear a bump in the night. With this, you just grab your shield, get your home defense 50 cal and engage the nerd who decided to try the wrong house. Another big advantage to this is it's not on your body, so the back face deformation would not incapacitate you like it would with plates you're wearing. Apparently the standard is 44 millimeters. If a plate deforms past that 44 millimeter mark, it can still cause death even if the bullet does not go through the armor. And of course, there are advantages to having the armor on your body. Number one, you have both hands free. That's probably the biggest one, but I assume the impacts would be more catastrophic if you're wearing the armor than it would be with the shield. I think that's all the info I wanted to tell you, so let's light this thing up. All right, I convinced the rubber dummy to hold the shield for us. I told him it was airsoft. We're gonna go ahead and start with the 9mm. It should easily stop this, but I want to try a couple pistols first. I also tilted the shield a little bit to the right so that bullets don't shoot right back at us. Although, in a home defense scenario, that would be kind of sweet if you could just deflect bullets back at the bad guy. But not what I'm looking for today, so. I put that one towards the right edge. I'm trying to stay away from the middle until we get to the rifles so that it's undamaged. Well, I put that one much lower than I wanted to. It hit all the way down here. Terrible shot. I don't know if it's the offset from the optic or what. Obviously, it did not go through, but I want to try that one again. I'm going to shoot the 9mm again. I just want to see what a very common handgun round would do if it actually hit the shield in the middle, not right on the edge. Try to put this one a little higher. All right, yeah, so I aimed above the shield on that one and it also went a few inches low. So I knew I wasn't that bad of a shot, but you can barely see where that 9mm even went in. There's a tiny little entrance hole, and if we flip it over, almost no damage. There is a small bulge right there. I can feel it, but you probably cannot even see it on camera. Easily stopped the 9mm as we all expected, and I'm pleasantly surprised with the shrapnel control. It appears that whatever this is made out of does a very good job at catching shrapnel, which was one concern that I had. All right, we're just gonna go ahead and skip straight to the .44 Magnum. This is the biggest caliber that 3A body armor is rated to stop. So if it stops this, we can assume that it would stop all other handgun calibers, especially with that long barrel. And the bullet we're using is the 180 grain hollow point. I think this one shoots a little high. I'm gonna try to put it on that left-hand side. And that one actually went pretty close to the middle, kind of blew part of our label off, and you can definitely see the entrance hole from the 44 Magnum. A lot better than the 9mm. If we flip it over, there is a little back face deformation, just a small bulge, not bad at all. So there you have it, the level 3 Stratus Shield will stop most handgun calibers up to and including the 44 Magnum fairly easily. Let's get out the rifles. Hey guys, really quick while I got your attention, I wanted to let you all know about the summer giveaway that Leviathan is doing. If you didn't know, they are one of the agencies that I work with, and this summer they're doing an awesome giveaway. There is all kinds of cool stuff on this list. Holsters, body armor, targets, pew-pews, just a bunch of really cool stuff, and it's free, and who doesn't like that? So I will put a link in the description box below. If you click on that, it will tell you where to go and how to sign up to be entered into the giveaway. So good luck, you're welcome. All right guys, we're just getting right to it. This is the AR-15, one of the hardest rifles for body armor to stop because it's going so freaking fast. It's also one of the fastest bullets that this shield is rated to stop. We'll go ahead and start with a 223, see what this does, then we'll try the 5.56. I'm gonna try to put it in a fresh spot. That looks like it hit pretty hard. 5.56 hit right there. You can barely see the entrance hole, just a 22 caliber bullet. There's a little bit of swelling on the front, just like there was with some of the others. And that is not what I expected. The back face deformation is almost identical to the 44 Magnum. It did not do nearly the damage that I thought it would on the back. Hopefully y'all can see that. There's definitely a little bulge, but not bad at all. Okay, well, that's impressive. Let's try a 5.56. XM 193 5.56. This is going several hundred feet per second faster than the 223. For those of you that don't know, 5.56 is higher pressure than 223. Most rifles will interchangeably shoot both, but the 5.56 is harder to stop. You also cannot stack rounds on top of each other with rifle rated armor. Obviously, if it takes 2 hits in the exact same spot, it will punch through, so. I'm gonna try to hit a spot that does not have a bullet hole on it. Man, big sound difference too. And our 5.56 is right there. 223 right there and 9mm up above. So those are all only a couple inches apart from each other. Flip it over and a slightly bigger bulge, but really not too bad. It is a bigger bulge than we got with the 223, but it still stopped it fairly easily. All right, let's go ahead and try our first 30 caliber round. This is the AK-47, of course, shooting the 7.62 by 39. Bigger bullet than the 5.56, but not going quite as fast. The Kalashnikov rifle. Let's see what it does. Slightly harder impact. We've got our 223 and 5.56 right there, and a couple inches below it is where the 7.62 by 39 hit right there. So if we flip it over, get it out of the sunlight, that is definitely the biggest bulge that we've gotten so far. Hopefully y'all can see that. Probably twice the size of the 5.56. I don't know that it's protruding out any further, but it's definitely bigger in diameter. They say velocity is what defeats body armor, but the 7.62 by 39 is a bigger bullet that's carrying more energy. And at least to me, it looked like it did do more damage. And this is where we combine the velocity of the 5.56 with the bullet diameter of the 7.62. The 308. This is the biggest caliber that level 3 armor is rated to stop, and the rifle we're using is the Savage Bolt Action 308. By the way, I made sure to get out a 308 for this test, not a 7.62 by 51. For those of you that don't know, the 308 is slightly higher pressure. Not a ton, but enough to matter in a body armor test. I left most of that left side blank, so let's see if we can hit it. Damn. The 308 went in right there, pretty close to the 44 Magnum actually, maybe 2.5 inches. I still have this whole bottom left quadrant that I haven't shot yet. If we flip it over, it stopped it. So that is definitely the most back face deformation that we've had so far. Don't know if it would feel good, but it did stop that 308. Well, exactly as it was designed, the Premier Level 3 Home Protection Shield did in fact stop a full power 308. And like I said in the beginning, if you have someone in your house with a bigger caliber than that, man, it is a bad day. But as you saw, it stopped it. That's pretty cool. All right, the shield stopped everything it was supposed to. So anything after this point is strictly a bonus. And we're also dramatically increasing our chances of double stacking rounds, obviously, the more we shoot it. But I wanna try the 4570. So this is a 460 grain plus P 4570 bear load. I have never shot these before, but I assume it's gonna be pretty dang powerful. So let's see what it does. I'm gonna try to put it in that bottom left corner and hopefully my shoulder survives it. That had some recoil. Okay, I went ahead and flipped it over so we can see the bullet impact a little bit better. This was actually on the bottom left when I shot it, and that did some damage. Nothing else even came close as far as damage on the front of the shield, and you can even see where some of those fragments shot down the front. If we flip it over, it stopped it. It did break the strap, the little fastener that was stuck in there, and you can see that piece right there, but the bullet did not come through. Probably not even close, to be honest. It did deform it about 1/2 inch, I would say, but it stopped our 4570 bear load. All right, before we wrap it up, I have one more round that I want to try, and of course, it's an elephant gun. This is the 375 H&H Magnum Dangerous Game Solid. And this is not going as fast as something like a 308, but the amount of energy that these rounds hit with is absolutely preposterous. So I want to see what happens. As far as my elephant guns go, this is the one with the highest velocity and probably the best chance of getting through body armor. It also kicks pretty hard, if you were wondering. That makes the 4570 feel like child's play. Seriously. .375 H&H went in right there. Not as much damage on the front as we got from the 4570. Obviously because the 4570 hit that Velcro fastener that was on there. But let's flip it over and take a look at the back. That is a lot of back face deformation. Holy crap. Hopefully you guys can see that and appreciate how much that 375 H&H Magnum deformed the back of this plate. I would say it's at least 2 to 3 times as much deformation as we got from the 308. It's also the first one to actually tear the back of the armor, but it did stop it. It just did a lot of deformation in the process. Maybe you can see it a little bit better from the side, probably not, but I would say it's 2 inches at least, maybe even more, and that's about as close as you can get to going through without actually doing it. Wow. All right, it stopped an elephant gun. It stopped a 308. I bet a lot of you probably thought the 308 would do more deformation because it is a higher velocity round, but as you saw, the 375 H&H Magnum is just carrying several times more energy. I'm not exactly sure what the difference is, but you can tell, number one, by the amount of recoil, and number two, by what it did to that shield. That is impressive. Either way, I hope you all enjoyed this video. No, I'm not getting out the 50 BMG. Yes, it would go through. There's really no point in doing it. But again, I want to thank Premier Body Armor for sending this out. It absolutely crushed in this video, stopped everything that it was meant to and more. So I'm happy with it. I would love to have another one to keep by my bed with my, home defense rifle. Maybe Premier will hook it up, but I don't know. Either way, again, if y'all want to check out the website, be sure to use our discount code OneShotTV at checkout and click the link in the description box below. That way they know we sent you, and maybe they'll send me more cool stuff to make videos with for all of you. So hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, let me know down in the comments below. As always, hit that like button for me, guys. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.